Yo, peace and blessings to the dope family. This channel exists solely for the enlightenment, survival, and maturation of men. So before we get into the knowledge and game, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also hit that bell icon to stay up on the latest from Dope Discourse channel. The topic we're going to cover today is heavy and potent. I definitely wanted to reach a little deeper into my bag, of the knowledge for the brothers. We're going to cover the layers of a woman's game, the ins, the outs, the do's and don'ts as men when coming across these techniques employed by women. Now, to keep it 100, I don't have enough time to cover the amount of game a woman has. This video would have to be a few hours long to begin to even scratch the surface and establish an in-depth knowledge of the subject of a woman's train of thought. Now, on a side note, throughout history, their game and seduction has been a form of survival. They use these techniques to attract a suitable man or whom they deem worthy to provide and protect her and the children they bring into the world. Now, you see, this behavior is what we call today as gold digging or hypergamy, only due to the nature of the world today. It's more comfort based today than survival based as it was in a more primitive time. Now, as high value men, we look at physical traits as well, but we're more so focused on character. So if a woman who you think is a dime is rotten beyond repair, you'll keep it moving. So we tend to pursue women who have high quality looks and health because we want these traits for our children, but we also want that high quality personality. So we can build an empire without dealing with the pettiness or stress that comes with dealing with the low quality woman. Only way to conquer the world is to wake up refreshed, knowing your kingdom is peaceful and in good hands when you set out on your quest. So we would classify the game, the seduction women possess, that will help you understand the female psychology behind dating or talking or going together, whatever you want to call it. So naturally, I'm speaking to the majority of women, and I understand this does not apply to all. There will always be an exception to the rule, so don't start side-eyeing your woman or all women on my behalf, although you should always proceed with caution. Always. Now, on another side note on game or seduction, when you meet a woman or interact with one, there is always a game being played or a form of seduction being implemented, There's a malicious form where one of you are just attempting to use the other one for one's gain, and there's the pure form where you're actually interested, so you're more in a state of showing rare form or trying to impress. But either way, they're both a form of seduction, whether it be ill or pure intent. You're always seeking to attain a goal through captivating that person that you're after. Games start very early in seduction. I know the word game can have a negative connotation and implicate ill intent, but I use the term game to put you in the mindset of a chess match being played. You're trying to checkmate that person and seduce them into submission. So yeah, games start very early in seduction. As soon as a woman has their eyes set on the other, as a lioness sizes up her prey, it has begun. Almost every time the man is clueless of being the target of seduction, far before a single word has been exchanged, women are already making sure that we are the ones in pursuit. The very first move to posture men into the position of pursuit is by drawing our attention while pretending she haven't even noticed us. More times than not, women don't want men to realize they are looking at men while at the same time trying to get men to look at them. Now, there's a correlation to all techniques used based off the woman's level of beauty. So a less attractive woman is far more aggressive and blatant with her techniques, while very attractive women have a sense of, I get chose daily without even trying, so you're going to have to chase me if you want me. Unless you're a high quality man who presents himself as such, then you will get these signals in high volume from all women. You see, the problem with most men is that they are paralyzed by beauty and freeze and lock up when a gorgeous woman is present. So you have to have this aura about yourself that you can bag any woman at any given moment on any given day. Now, definitely get yourself together and set out to be the highest quality version of yourself you can be. You want to exhaust all of your talents and make life work for you, not the other way around. but you don't want to wear your situation on your sleeve or your face. As men, we should always keep a mysteriousness about ourselves. You have to be indifferent about a woman's presence or appearance. Hell, most of them don't look like much of anything without filters or makeup, so often she's presenting a false image, which actually gives you the upper hand if you know how to play it right. So another technique would be like a catwalk, similar to a runway model. Now let's be honest, no woman walks like that naturally, so they add a little spice to their stride, hoping to again catch your attention. But women play the attention grabbing technique because she noticed you well before you noticed her. So just trust me on that. So her attempt to present herself as the prey is all a ruse, so that way making you look at her more often than she looks at you. She positions you as the one who wants something from her, which gives her the power. And that's well played. Now, don't get it twisted. Some women just want your attention and they do not want you. They like the attention you give because it validates them. Like Coach Greg Adams says, it's their form of currency. So it's up to you to know the difference and look at me and come get me, because they are very different. And, you see it all the time. Men say, she sent me all the right signals, but when I approached her, I fell short. And that's simply because she wanted your attention at that moment. She didn't want to conduct any type of exchange with you, whether that's exchanging numbers or conversation. She just wasn't in that state of mind at that moment. Now, another common form of seduction played by women is the whole show less interest to make him chase you game. This is women's go-to, honestly, and rightfully so, because women are so accessible these days. It can be empowering yet draining to wake up to 100 messages in your DMs daily, so some being genuine, but most being just men trying to get a slice, so having to sift through all the layers to entertain someone genuine becomes an art within itself. So they have to, in a sense, sit back and let men come to them and kind of weed us out based off our consistency and persistence of wanting to get to know her and add value to her life. And even then, we as men have developed the patience to penetrate her technique of showing lack of interest. But lower level men are always in pursuit of a woman sexually. Now, don't get me wrong, high value men will take it if offered, but getting it is not the goal, so we seek to have value added by her presence. So we won't entertain her very long if all she brings to the table is her body. Build and they will come, period. But back to the topic, they will play this standoffish game, if they feel they can afford to and know they may potentially see you again, But if they play this technique right off the bat of meeting you, then you should probably keep it moving, man. You have to be okay with taking L's. You have to see her rejection of a high quality value man such as yourself as her lack of ability to see quality, or she has value at home and you have to respect her for her loyalty, So pursuing a woman solely for her body should never be the objective, but merely a byproduct or a result of only accepting high quality women in your life. Hell, most of you dudes haven't experienced sex in its highest form because you've been doing it wrong. It should be a spiritual experience for you both, but the deep, genuine connection has to be there, and that's only a connection that you can get from a high quality, high value woman. But that's another video for another day. So the next seductive technique women play is making it a point to make men pay and invest time in them. Women innately understand that we value what we have put time into, whether it's a car, job, house, or them. We tend to place a sense of possession on those things in which we have consumed our attention and resources into. Even if women can't articulate this or express it, they know what makes us tick and how to direct that tick in their direction for themselves or their own benefit, So gold diggers would be an extreme example of this behavior, but normal women who seek a provider also play this game as well. I don't really care for the term gold digger because essentially what we refer to as gold diggers is just a woman who knows her value in the sexual marketplace and is only seeking a high return in exchange for this. That's why you see men who are breaded up with very gorgeous women with nothing to offer but being an arm trophy or eye candy, because they know the majority of men can't control or resist their carnal urges and want to conquer their beauty and claim them as their own. Now, for men, it's definitely an accomplishment to bag a beautiful woman, but I wish to teach men not only to seek a beautiful woman, but to seek one of value and high quality. You know, they are few and far in between, but they out there, man. You know, if you feel they don't exist, you have to change how you move and your outlook on life and adjust your techniques, because if you seek to only attract low-level, low-value women, then that's on you, bro. That's not on them. You know, but the invest in me game includes like trying to get us to pay for dates, buy gifts, drop everything we're doing to fulfill their needs, you know, whether that's build a shelf, move a couch, you know, emotionally support them through their speed bumps in life, and something I call disingenuous engagements, meaning she'll ask for our input but don't really need it, but she knows it gives us a sense of leadership and guidance. So making us invest in her increases her power, because it shows that she has higher sexual market value, but it also plays on your weaknesses for her appearance and fear of losing her. The investment serves to pay the difference, you know, so most men are happy to give up their time and resources because they view women as more valuable or view them as the prize. And there's nothing wrong with treating your woman as such, but don't give this treatment to women by default. And make no mistake, the invest game is natural for us to play, and it's what we do as men, but it's when the overinvestment takes place and it turns to a give dynamic that it becomes detrimental to us. You know, depending on your background and dating culture, investing in a woman might actually be fine under certain circumstances. You know, if you got it, you got it. But I advise to never go outside of your norm to please a woman. For example, if you always go to a high dollar 5-star restaurant, that it's cool to take her along, but on the flip side, if you're a McDonald's type of dude and your wallet won't let you be anything but a McDonald's type of dude, you know, don't try to upscale to impress, only for her to then text you the next morning, you know, you cool, but I'm straight. Nah, say those ends, brothers. But if you out of pocket of what you normally do, then you'll be surprised at what women pick up on. You know, she'll know you out of pocket and she could potentially take advantage of that. So it's best to take her to a place where they know you by face or know you by name. You know, they like to see that other people like you. It speaks to your level of character and adds value to you. But, you know, they have to earn your resources and time as they make you earn their bodies and submission. You know, but the reality is as long as beautiful women exist, there will always be simps and thirsty brothers gladly taking the thirst trap bait. Which brings me to my next seduction point, which is the withholding of sex. You know, we just discussed the value lower level men put into a woman's body, and please understand that women know where your value lies or your weakness lies. You know, if she knows that she can control you with the strategic dispersing of her body, then she'll run you through the ground, man. So in essence, you know, it's a type of bartering system she tries to establish where you do this for her and she may give you some, and that's a big maybe, you know. Men who give in to this bartering game of withholding sex are communicating that he's a man of low value and he pretty much can't get it nowhere else, and she is the sexual prize and he has nothing to offer her, and he's receiving her body versus her receiving him. You know, I won't get too graphic, but men are the givers and women are the recipients of that giving. You know, as men, you should always say you're giving a woman eggplant. You know, if you're used to saying you're getting some, then you're framing yourself as the recipient, which in turn you subconsciously are saying you are grateful to receive her. You know, the recipient in life is always the one who shows gratitude, while the giver is framed as the hero or selfless, gracious, you know, kind or benevolent. You know, so you have to make that shift in her mind to be grateful to receive you into her, and then frames you, you know, that frames you as the gracious giver. This truly only works if you're operating on a higher level on all fronts, being your mind, body, and soul. Your presence has to be overwhelming and intoxicating to her to view a sexual act with you as a gift for you both, because that's what it is. No one person is the prize, and you should both seek to add value to each other's lives, full circle. Now, a woman's seduction knows no end. The only limitation on her seduction is the level of desire in which she wants something or in which she wants you. So if a woman wishes to secure you as a husband, then you will see her level of seduction morph and adapt to your wants and needs at the moment. So it's up to you to filter through and understand what it is she's after, whether it be you or your resources. Also, you need to get that women get bored easily and require a level of excitement or spontaneous acts frequently. So if her seduction and or pursuit of you stops, then she may be simply bored, and what you have isn't worth her efforts no longer. So if you have a basic knowledge of this concept, or if you don't have a basic knowledge of this concept, this can allow her boredom to turn into drama and chaos. This is not all women, and some do understand that they just need to do something to level back out, but most will result to picking a fight, gossip, tantrum, and anything that offers a quick hit of excitement. Most women rather have you heated with them and to feel the anger coming off of you than to feel nothing at all. So offer her a healthy level of give and take, and she should happily receive it. Remember, these are high quality women I speak of. These teachings cannot be applied to lower level, lower quality women. You will forever be in limbo if that's your woman of choice. Now, to be honest, majority of women are lower level, but as high quality, high value men, there is plenty of them to link up with us. And the thing that makes it hard to find a woman of high quality, high value is pretty much due to their emotional nature and being easily manipulated by outside forces. So a high value woman is aware and emotionally intelligent of these things, and she knows when she needs to check herself. And of course, not all, but most are like this. But back to the knowledge, back to the game. Seduction and choosing signals are one and the same, or really more like identical twins, or not really apples to oranges, more like red apples to green apples. You know what I'm saying? So for a woman, sending choosing signals is the first stage to her seduction. So you'll be mistaken to take it as a sign of only showing interest. On a surface level, she's saying she's interested, but a deeper level, she's already began to seduce you. So women seem to grasp the concept of seduction more than men do. If you think about it, while we were running the streets hooping or playing tag or something, they were chilling, talking, observing us, exchanging ideas, learning what makes boys tick, while also learning their value and cultivating each other. So they've had a bit of a head start on the game and seduction. Men don't, we don't tend to really understand our worth until sometime after high school, or even after you've gone through so many situations with women and have learned from these experiences. Unless you have a thorough father or some old heads in your life to guide and groom you. So pretty much, if you show me a boy raised under the world's guidance, and I show you a soft male, I show you a beta male. But yeah, so I have to do a video covering these various choosing signals, because it's far deeper than a smile or crossing the arms or exposing the wrist that most of you probably wait on. But I won't get into that today. I might even do a part 2 to this topic, because it goes deeper than I decided to go today. But So in conclusion, fellas, keep your eyes open to the seduction tactics and game used by women, so that you are not easily used if she has ill intent. Also keep in mind, you can let her play these seduction games and let her quote unquote win them, as long as her intent is pure and genuine. A predator prey dynamic is good for seduction. It's good for you and good for her as well. It provides a healthy balance and a bit of a charge to your masculinity while also charging her femininity. So, you see both sides have roles to play, and as men, we tend to go after what we want, and women tend to show that they're interested to get what they want. So in a perfect world, both of you would equally participate in the initial bonding and vibing. Like you both would make eye contact at the same time and hold it to show that attraction. She would break eye contact first, which is a minor form of submission. You would approach, she would be open and flowing, and you would be open and flowing. She would essentially have her king and you would have your queen. But, just in case you haven't noticed, this is not a perfect world. It's far from it. That's why channels such as mine exist, movies like Hitch, and why pickup artists have jobs, because it's more of a chess match when you start to incorporate personalities, moods, and social media, circumstances, or whatever else may be an obstacle. But above all else, as men, we must calibrate our mind, body, and soul so that we may see clearly and see a high quality woman in a room of thousands. So that we may navigate this world with our chin up in battle formation, maintaining our masculine posture at all times, not compromising our role as kings to be likable or accepted by others who lack the understanding of what's best for themselves. You can never come off the throne because you're tired, or compromise the crown because you're trying to have fun with old girl. Nah, bruh, stand firm in what you believe and hold the front line for masculinity, man. That ain't just for you, you feel me? As always, I say it's a hard journey, but a necessary journey of maturation. But be sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and the bell icon so you can stay up on the latest. Email me at dopediscourse@gmail.com for your free consultations. But until next time, my dope family, I'm out.